This is
I
their
still
argument.
think you're going to get war over land,
I think it would become more regional
material.
how war was. Because like before the
Tribal
globalization
war.
thing, yeah, it's like all localized. Or if you wanted to go conquer a place, you had to amass an army and like boat there. Now you can
I know,
fly
and
on,
take one shot. I know, now they're cheating.
Yeah.
Now they're doing it as...
It's not cheating because it's what exists.
I guess.
No, with Bruce Willis,
Armageddon?
S starts with an S. Everybody's plugged into the
Surrogates.
Surrogates. Thank you.
Yes.
Surrogates. And he discovers that the military actually has all their soldiers plugged into the VR.
That's what to me it feels like sometimes to some extent. Like again, it feels like the kids that are playing it, you get a bunch of kids playing. Imagine you get a bunch of kids playing a video game.
And then you connect it.
And now you go, so we don't even have to do anything. These problems solve themselves because the kids are playing video games.
New objective popped up on the screen.
Yep.
Me and Jesse are producing a show in a bodega.
Yeah, March 23rd at 684 College Street in Toronto. So make sure you guys show up. The Greenhouse, Chop Cheese Comedy.
DA Greenhouse on Instagram.
Yeah.
But we are starting a show. It's going to be a very different show. It's in a bodega. So we're very much going to be in line with that vibe and theme for the show.
Definitely.
We're going to be chopping it up every month. Different themes and different subjects. It'll be mostly me and Jesse, but then we'll bring in our friends to round out the show.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for that if you're in the Toronto area and listening to the podcast. We got one segment that we always do on this show.
So we'll do
it's
the
the weekly poll results. I know you kind of see me post these every Monday.
Yeah, I try to, when I get them, I try to do them, but I like
this
these.
one
These are
had
fun and interactive.
crazy activity. Salutes. But yeah, this is poll results. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back, beautiful people. You too can be beautiful people. All you have to do is hit the subscribe. I'm not going to beg you, but if you like what you heard, maybe do it. Leave a comment, hit the like. It helps, but we're not begging. We got talent and patience, my nigga. It's all good. Every Monday on my Instagram social media feed and the community tab on YouTube, we post an interactive poll question. We leave it up for 24 hours on YouTube. We leave it up for a week. And then the people vote. We discuss the results here. Normally it's me and Dante, but today it'll be me and Kevin as my guest. This week's poll question: if you had the power to instantly end/fix one, which would it be? And the options were poverty/wealth and greed, hunger/poison foods, war/corrupt politics, or disease/big pharma. Tough choices. Literally probably the most engagement I've got. Okay, and we even got more engagement on the YouTube poll question this week, so I'll definitely mention it. But before we get to the results, Kev, how do you feel about this one?
Man, this one's really tricky
It's tough.
because it's one, it's like, what do you want to stop? And then two, it's like, man, this is a very poverty or wealth and greed. It's like, yeah, that sucks. And then I want to end poverty, fix wealth and greed. Yeah, that one. Hunger and poison, no, I don't care because
Poison foods.
grow your own food. I think we need to learn that shit. And hunger, I think it's important to fast. I do it. It's like, try to discipline yourself for a day or two. And, so no, I don't want to end hunger. Learn. And then also,
that's a crazy statement.
I get it, man. I get it. You want to make me a villain? There it is. No, but I don't because shit, man, we do. I think every last one of us. I think myself. If they put me on a hunger strike and then until you learn how to grow your own food, I will accept it. I'll eat those words happily. So no, end war and fix corrupt politics is tricky too. Wars seem like, I think that seems like a thing of life.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the way they do it and the way they approach it. I don't agree with the military industrial complex.
You think war naturally plays out? Like to this scale?
Like I think on some extent, like you're always going to have swords and shields or
war now feels like what globalized war.
I think sometimes war is just literally the kids that are playing video games and you're playing Call of Duty, and maybe that's just actually doing stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe they're actually controlling the thing. Maybe end disease and no, you know what? I'll go with war.
You're going with war?
Yeah.
You're sticking with that?
Yeah, because disease, same thing. I don't know how you're going to end disease because I think that's
this is a fucking magic hypothetical.
No, I get it, but I think, if disease is mental, then it's like, well, how do you even fix that? You got to fix, and then I wouldn't fix big pharma. Big Pharma can.
Also a crazy soundbite. That's hilarious.
Yeah, right there.
Well,
That's
no,
the-
but that could also mean because it says end/fix one, so you could just end it.
Oh, I get to pick. See, I thought the first one was ending and the second
No,
one
no, no.
was
Yeah,
fixing.
both of them they're all attached.
I see, either or.
So
I
it's
see, I see, I
poverty
see.
/ wealth and greed together. Hunger/poison
Okay, then I
foods
would say-
together.
I'll say
war / corrupt politics together. I'll just
War
say
corrupt
for
politics then.
Yeah?
I'll go with that. Yeah.
instantly. Okay.
Yeah, because if that's the case, yeah.
Now let me say this is why I love when people message me their thoughts about these
Sure.
things, and this is why I love when it gets more engagement. So I'll definitely try and make them as thought provoking as this.
Yes,
You know?
I think this is a
But
good one.
somebody said something that unlocked a way of thinking about this question. It's like it depends on the one that you pick has a knockoff effect. That if you pick the right one, you could actually potentially take out like 3 others with it. And the one that they suggested was hunger. You end hunger immediately, and people have no reason to like. Well,
No, I think people always have a reason. The pettiness of people
Yeah.
will always find a reason.
to this scale though.
I think it starts small and goes big. Like, you know what I mean? Nothing's just what it's like it's a chain of events.
But also, once you got the food, like, because I would also make
See, and
because
again,
if it's a
man-
chain of events, then you have to see the forest through the trees.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah.
Like the food supply has been tampered with, and over time, that has created an effect where it's like all of a sudden now the rise of Alzheimer's.
Yeah, but what are we
and all
doing?
these mental,
I totally get it, man, and I get that.
you know what I
But
mean?
what are you gonna do? We
It-
have to grow our food again. I think we have to do that. So even that in itself also gets rid of hunger. You learn how to farm your own food. You're done, man. You're
But then
good.
that is the solution to hunger. So you're solving the hunger thing.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. That one's good too. Then that one's good.
Because it's only because like this is
I
their
still
argument.
think you're gonna get war over land.
I think it would become more regional how
material.
war was. Because like before the
Tribal
globalization
war.
thing, yeah, it's like all
Yeah.
localized. Or if you wanted to go conquer a place, you had to amass an army and like boat there. Now you can
I know,
fly
and
on-
take one shot. I know. Now they're cheating.
Yeah.
Now they're doing it as
It's not
as-
cheating because it's what
I
exists.
guess, but that's just dirty. You're
I
sending just
know.
electric drones over, and every single country is like supporting it one way or the other. Here's some more cash for some extra plastics and gizmos and gadgets, and you're like,
Call
oh,
of
where
Duty
does
to
it
me
all-
became weird after some. I used to love it, and then at a certain point, I'm
enjoy
like,
it too.
wait, this is actually like
training.
this is this is what's going on. I'm just being desensitized to so that when I hear it about
I know.
this place just fucking
And that's what tripped me out about the Xbox controllers. When
Yeah.
I started to realize it was a gun handle
Trigger.
and trigger, like even to the angle, right? Because you play it like this. So the angle you're holding it, it's like it's subconsciously. And then the vision, the bigger the screen gets, right? Oh, let's get a nice
I'm
big
there.
screen. Yeah, right there. And then you're like, now all you see is I get it.
VR.
And it was always VR.
Imagine we get to the point where AI and war like become a symbiotic thing. So like you're like soldiers are hopping into what's that movie? All the soldiers were in VR.
There's like
Damn. So with
Pacific Rim.
Bruce Willis. No, with Bruce Willis.
Armageddon.
S starts with an S. Everybody's plugged into the fucking
Surrogates.
Surrogates. Thank you.
Yes.
Surrogates. And he discovers that the military actually has all their soldiers plugged into the fucking VR.
That's what to me it feels like sometimes to some extent. Like again, it feels like the kids that are playing it, you get a bunch of kids playing. Imagine you get a bunch of kids playing a video game
and then you connect it.
and you connect it and now you go, so we don't even have to do anything. These problems solve themselves because the kids are playing video games.
New objective
Maybe.
popped up on the screen.
Yep.
And really it's some
yep.
military guy in a room being
Yep.
hey, these infidels, quote unquote.
Yep.
Like,
That's where my brain goes, man. That's where I think.
and imagine if your brain goes there. Imagine people who get paid to think about this stuff.
I'm a simpleton, yeah.
Oh my God.
What were the results of this?
I'll also damn, because like the hunger argument made sense when they said it, but what you say, like,
yeah, I don't know. But again, if we fix one, you end one. Yeah. I think a lot of them are like that. If you end wealth, greed, then you fix poverty.
I think this also kills war. Like it would kill hunger. It would kill poison. Well,
no, you know
not
what's
necessarily poison foods.
You know what's interesting? I guess we do. See, people are always going to want stuff. That's where like greed and materialism in general gets tricky, man. Because just if you built your own car, someone would look at it and go like, "Yo, man, I want that car." And you're like, there's nothing you can do about that.
That's a very good way.
You know,
You brought it to cars. That's funny.
and like whatever you do, man, get it right down to fashion. And it's like, well, if you do something, you do an outfit that's too snazzy, someone's gonna be like, I want that outfit. So I don't know. I don't think you ever really get rid of, like, things. Greed is like, that's why. It's
All
one of the
right.
7 deadly.
I'm going with hunger and poison foods.
That's a
I
good
don't
one.
like in my mind. I feel like there's more people around the world affected by hunger that would instantly be.
You know
feeling the
what?
effect
That
of
one probably even fixes Big Parmesan and disease in turn. Because if you don't have poison foods, I think you would eliminate a lot of disease.
Correct.
So so it seems like we're never getting rid of wealth, greed, and war and corruption, but we can eliminate hunger.
Maybe.
And I think that's
All right, these are the
what I
results. The result. Yeah, all
Ooh.
right. So 50% of the people said poverty / wealth and greed. 8% said hunger / poison foods. 23% said war / corrupt politics, and 19% said disease / big pharma.
That's
like it was wild, bro. Like, and
that's
it constantly was
interesting, man.
moving.
Yeah. That's a neat one.
I forgot about the results. I forgot that it was 50% poverty, wealth, and greed. See, like,
Wow.
damn, I love getting these questions, but I feel like I almost got to throw them out now to everybody else, so it
I
helps
think
them
so.
change
I think
the
you should,
way
you
they
should
look at these.
Absolutely. I think that's the whole point of them too, right? Especially the results, because if you got in early and you're like, no, man, I was there when it was just war and politics, and then you know what I mean, and then you see the results and you're like, holy shit,
50%.
That's a big
Poverty / wealth and greed. I like the
and what you did the
of,
same question on YouTube.
Yeah, unfortunately, I just realized I for whatever reason it was just a text. The poll didn't upload.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll re-upload. I'll upload 2 poll questions to the YouTube this week because I really would like the results on that one on the YouTube. I got a lot of engagement on it, but
Nice.
yeah, like very interested on that question. By the way, if you want to hear the history of the podcast, we're back cataloging all of it on the Patreon. So if you want to subscribe to the Patreon, it's AKA Black Zeus on there. It's right now. There's 2 tiers that are discounted. All right, so they're $5 and $10, but you can get them both for half price. And there's like limited seats for that. It gives you access to all the good shit. And then there's joke tiers above that if you want to support, or just hit the subscribe, and we will release the comedy special on YouTube when we hit 1,000 subscribers.